My reply to the girl from the system who typed me a message in one of my accounts. You say why I like to talk about sex? Because when you type a message, a lot of people who find my videos, they can read what you type. The saddest part is, when 9 months before they create you, nobody tell you it was only sex and sex and sex and sex and sex before your mother find out. I mean, there's a pregnancy, she doesn't even know she's pregnant. You're 1 day old in the stomach, you're 10 days old, she doesn't know. There's this big monster coming in the stomach. I mean, you're so tiny in there. And there's this big gun coming in and shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting. I mean, you're there, 1 day old baby, your egg is there, so tiny, it's conscious, it's there. I'm like, a big monster is coming. If only the monster gets so close, they can scratch you in there. Like, I'm 10 days pregnant, but I think they just get rid of me. 1 month later, your mother have a menstruation. And she doesn't even know you was there. But with any luck, if you go so deep, and this gun is coming in, I mean, when a man is walking outside, when the gun is not standing, you can't see nothing. He have his trousers, his zip, it's sleeping. The gun is inside of the man. The gun, the cartridge, what the man collect from his mother, which is just a woman that have a secret gun inside of her. The gun came out. If the gun standing, that man cannot zip his trousers. I don't care what he do. When the gun is in the trousers, he can zip his trousers. But you're in the stomach 1 month and the gun is still coming in. I mean, the woman say I'm pregnant, the gun just has to sleep. Don't go in there because there's somebody in there. You're in the stomach 3 months. There, 6 months, I mean 7 months, your head is down and this gun is still coming. I mean, the gun doesn't think you shouldn't go back there because there's a very big baby body in there. The head of the baby is so tiny, young, in there. The blood vessel, everything is in there. And this big gun is so long. It's coming in again and touching your head, and touching your head, and touching your head, and touching your head. Till 8 months, your mother say, I cannot anymore. And then the man who owned the gun, then he realized it is time for him to take his arm and play with the gun. Don't put it back in there because there's another very big body in there. You're asking me the question about sex? Well, the good thing I can answer the question because I have children in this house. They speak no English. They don't understand my broken English. They speak only Dutch. Wat sex zitten jullie twee? Achter zitten. Op de bank. Alisa? Ja? Op de bank zitten. Ik ben echt bezig. Belangrijk video posten. Echt zitten. Now, my reaction to your question is, the saddest part is, I don't know how old you are, because these days people can use anybody's picture to open an account. If you are 30 years old now, you will live in this world till 20 years later, and you will be 50 years old. You will still be looking very sexy, age 50, if you are a woman. Stop moving. Doe normaal. Alisa, zet maar aan de tafel. Acoustic. Now, I have bodies that I get out of me. We look separate, but we're not separate. It's just one wind and one light. And they are only here to interrupt me when I'm trying to think. Wat je normaal doen? Ik hoef niet het video te starten. Normaal doen of ga je nu naar bed? Afgesproken? Afgesproken! To the face of the person who typed the message. You have a CD in your mind that will download anything I say, but you will not remember most things. You will only capture a few things out of what I say. It's like going to the shop. The shop is so big, it doesn't matter how much money you have, you will not take everything from the shop. You will take few things and you walk out. It's just like the video. The 15 minutes video, you will listen to it, but there's only something 2 or 3 minutes will make sense to you. The rest you can't remember it. But each and every single human being, every piece of the 15 minutes is important to somebody. So it doesn't mean because you listen to the 15 minutes, you don't download 15 minutes. You download 2 or 3 minutes. You will never able to download 15 minutes. You will never able to repeat what you just listened to. You can write it on a paper, even when you're reading on the paper. Every line you read, when you reach to the next page, you don't remember what you read before. Now let me start. If you're 30 years of age right now, and there's somebody who's also 30 years of age just like you right now in the world, the system know them, they know you. They know they develop you and those people at the same time. The system have plan for you, but they know they have no plan for the other ones. Now, they want to make sure you will get the plan they have for you, and they don't want other people to stand in your way. What's they gonna do? The same way how they create all of you, they manipulate your mothers to be in the same place, in the same passion, and they get pregnant at the same time. Now, you're 30 years of age, they are 30 years of age. Understand what they can do. They can look around, they know how many people are in the little people city in the school. They are now about 25 years of age, 20 years of age. They make sure they let them fall in love. When they fall in love, they listen to a very beautiful music, or they went to a movie in a weekend. This movie is created, but there's only few people who are gonna fall in love because of this movie. The rest, it is just a movie for them. The same way how they find you a mother is the same way they can find them a mother. But these other people, they believe they have to live in this world, and when they die one day, they go to heaven in a better world. Now, let me try to tell you, there is no other world except this world. Now, all the people that was born the same day as you, they live in different countries. The same way they can get in a plane, they travel. But nobody tell you, before you was created, their mothers and fathers was also only having sex just like your mother and father. Now, in this case, they have a plan for you to go forward. They want you to be the very old woman, the 30 years of age, when they reverse them in 9 months, when they're growing up, when they see you later, they're thinking, oh, very old woman up there. No, you're not old than them. they just reverse them in 60 seconds in the period of 9 months. If you understand, when someone is having sex, the man is there, the woman is there, you're thinking 9 months later there is a baby. Understand one thing, what you need to know, the one who typed the question, because it's a question, why I like to talk about sex. When you are a man and you are a woman, you're complete. You're thinking there's a little baby coming 9 months later. But what you don't notice, the day when you're busy having sex, someone just have a baby. The exact minute when you're 1 minute pregnant, someone just have a baby. And the one who just have that baby, 9 months later, that baby is reversing inside of you. And when you have the baby body out, you're gonna be holding 9 months later exactly the same baby they have 1 minute to the day when you're pregnant. And the minute you have your baby body out, someone else is also pregnant 1 minute. But what you need to know, the person that is 30 years old just like you, there are more than 1,000 of you. If they want to reverse 200 of them, you never meet them, you don't even know them. Now what they're gonna do, they look for the young people, they let them fall in love, and they make love, and now there is this baby 9 months later. The minute the baby come out, and these other people that you never met before, they grew up with you, and now they're dead. Their big body, which is made of other two people. Now, the relationship of those two people 30 years ago, it doesn't exist anymore. They live together just to fool other people, but they don't love each other anymore. And now they kill the body they build, and now this person, which their loved one's gonna think they're dead, they just find them a new mother and father over there. I mean, this 30 years of age used to take a walk. They see this 20 years of age, oh, a little girl. But they don't understand 9 months later, the 30 years gonna be dead. They become the child of that little girl. So, if you understand, when a woman is 30 years of age, she get pregnant and she have a baby, they never say the baby come out of a 30 years old. They said the baby is 1 day old. So, if a mother is 30 years old, she have a baby today, the baby is 1 day old. What's the difference when they kill somebody that is 30, become a baby today? It's the same. You're 30 years of age, you die, you become a child, or you are a mother, you're 30 years of age, they said that's your baby. They will never say your baby is 30 years old because the baby came out of you. The difference with the person that stand over there, which is your same age group, they just die, they reverse them, and now 30 years later, you are 60 years, your eyes will never show you how old you are, except when you are in front of the mirror. Your eyes is watching, you see the other people, they're young. When you stand in front of the mirror, then you see how you look. But if you never look the mirror, you will never know how you look. Now, if you're 60, the girl that died today, 30 years later, they're 30 years of age. What's the difference? They just catch up with you. But now you're 60 years of age, you cannot watch the mirror. And now they're 30 years later. So the job the system have for you, you have the job, 30 years later, the job, you're already tired with the job. And now they give the job to the other 30 years of age. But it takes another 30 years. But for you, it's just every holiday is an holiday. But for me, I know this world is a system. So you are 30 years, they are 30, they are dead today because 9 months ago they planned pregnancy for them. And then today they become a little baby. The only reason why they want to send them to school and babysit them in a city. So 30 years later, when you already not sexy anymore, they become sexy. But if all of you become 60 years, you're all not sexy. But when they reverse them, 30 years later, they will still be sexy, only they have new faces. But you're not sexy anymore, except your baby is sexy. So goodbye.